Hello, I'm Richard with EV for You. And in this video, we're going to review the performance of the trailer and all the goodies and gadgets we put in the trailer. We're going to review how they performed over the first season of use. This is a 2023 Continental Cargo cargo trailer that we converted to a fully electric, self-contained travel trailer. And so summer of 2024 was the first, or spring and summer, was the first season of use. We used it all the way through till November, and we're in the middle of November now, and so I thought it was a good time to go over and review how all of these items performed. So first off, the trailer itself. I was a little dubious of the trailer when we purchased it. It looked good, everything was fine, the finish inside was nice, but you started to strip it down, you could see that the welding and the materials used and everything were less than desirable, let's say. Excuse me. So anyway, you're faced with a choice at that point: rebuild the trailer or use what you have. So we kind of used what we had and hoped for the best. So we, added the windows and did the conversion and all that stuff. But one of the things that I did right out of after just the first trip was I changed the tires to the Goodyear tires. Goodyear Endurance trailer tire. And an important thing with trailer tires, as with all, is running the proper tire pressure. So I run a TPS system. These were originally purchased for my fifth wheel trailer back in 2014, and so I've been using them for over 10 years now, and they work great. They monitor both the pressure and temperature, and so something I highly recommend. And I've also, like I said, these tires are wearing nice and even, no cupping, no unusual wear pattern, so forth. I'm trying to not have shadows here with the light because it's a winter day, it's dark in storage here. Anyway, moving on. And so far they have been great, and they're wearing nicely, which reflects on the trailer. In that all four tires are wearing identically the same, and they're not really showing much wear. Only got about 4,000 miles on the trailer, but so far so good. If you have, axles that are out of alignment, or that are bent or whatever, that starts to show up fairly quickly in your wear patterns on your tires. So that was good news that all that seems to be doing well. We are close to the max on this trailer. We're basically fully loaded, about 6,800 pounds on a 7,000 pound, gross weight trailer. And so, I was kind of concerned about that also, being that, the quality wasn't top notch, how this loaded thing would do. Well, this has been down the interstate a lot of miles, and it's been on the small 2-lane highways a lot of miles, and it's been over some roads that were really twisty, windy, bumpy. I mean, we were up in Washington State. Their roads are as bad as California's, if not worse. And so, yeah, it's been a good shakedown or test season, in that it hasn't been babied. It has been put through, the normal paces that you could expect out on the road. And so far, so good. So while we're standing here, another thing I'll mention is if you wax your trailer, it's so much easier to keep it clean. The bugs and stuff come right off. so forth. Another thing while we're on the outside here, this shallow V that I have doesn't do anything for your mileage. I have a much larger, well not much larger, but a larger enclosed car trailer with the blunt nose, and I get the same fuel mileage towing it as I do towing this. This is what I call a shallow V. It's only about an 18-inch V, so it's shallow. It's not like somewhere, you know, a 4-foot V or something, which I'm sure would probably make a difference. But I'm just here to tell you, this does not. I track my mileage every single tank, and so I know what I'm talking about. And you know, it's the same mileage as the car trailer. So no advantage there. The V noses are a little bit more difficult from a design aspect when you're putting things in there and everything. But for what, you know, with a shallow V like this and the way that we did it, no problemo. So let's go inside. All right, so coming inside the trailer, we're going to just go in a methodical fashion. I'm going to start at the door and we'll go in a clockwise direction. Not a real wide angle on this camera, so I got to stand back quite a ways. First thing in the door is this wardrobe, and in the bottom section is for hanging clothes. There's a rod in there, and the upper section's for all your folded stuff. We have a couple bins. There's 2 shelves in there, his and hers kind of thing. It's proven to have been ample space for a 2-week outing. We usually do laundry on that interval. Next to it, this upper cabinet is for food storage, and we have things like some coffee mugs and a few things like that. Below it is a small microwave oven. It's 900 watts, and I've been impressed with it. It works really well. I thought because it's only 900 watts versus a much more powerful one we have at home, we'd have to increase the time quite a bit. Not much. It really does a good job. And I just wrap a towel around it and strap it in place when we travel. But anyway, I might in the future bolt it to the cabinet top. Well, this is the LevelMate Pro. It's mounted underneath the cabinet. That you can see the camera monitor. There's the microwave. So that's the door side of the trailer, and it's over the center of the axles. And you know, I've seen people on YouTube talk about it and everything. Sound like a great, you know, device. I have the bubbles on the outside as a backup, but this thing works, but I'm not 100% satisfied with it. One is it doesn't seem to have very good range. I can't really use it from the cab of the truck to here. And the other is that it's slow to respond. So it's not like you can drive around, find a level spot. You find a spot and then you move a little bit, but you kind of have to wait. Sometimes a minute, for that thing to make up its mind if you're leveled or not. And even when I'm, level, side to side, and you're doing the tongue, you crank, wait a second, and then it says, "Oh, you've gone too far," or whatever. I mean, it doesn't respond in real time, and so if you're patient, it seems to work well, but it just doesn't respond as quickly and doesn't have the range that I would prefer. On the side of the cabinet here is the monitor for the cameras. We can see all around the trailer. I really like that. It's nice for at night. I can see it from bed. I don't leave it on at night. I mean, the cameras are on, but the monitor's off, and you just press the power button, and the monitor comes on, bang, right now. So if you hear a noise or something, you can do that. one of the things I like about the cameras is they have the little infrared lights on there that one you can see at night, but I think that little red glow that someone might see might also be a deterrent to theft. It lets them know that, hey, there are cameras on. Something that's important to me is security. And so we've taken measures to protect the trailer from theft. And so I use the, I believe it's Proven Industries hitch lock. And you can see the spare tire. It's one of two. I've got one in the bed of the truck, one on the nose here. It's got two different cables that run through it. Just, like I said, it's a deterrent. You can't stop all thieves, but you can sure make it hard for them. Again, Proven Industry locks on the side. And one of the things I added right away was this additional lock so that when the door is in the open position and the latch is over there, that I can lock the latch over there so you can't be locked in the trailer. All these things are cheap insurance. I also have an alarm system on the trailer, and it has a lot of different features that I won't go into. We also have latches on the inside of the door, so it's not just the door lock, but I have a latch at the top and towards the bottom, and we can activate the alarm from inside the trailer also, so that it's all about if somebody does try to get in, that I don't want to sleep through it. I want to be awakened and let them know they got the wrong trailer. And then down here beside the microwave, it's just an indoor-outdoor thermometer display. It has the date and time and humidity, that kind of thing, but also records your minimum maximum, so it's nice to take a look what was the minimum temperature overnight, kind of thing. Well, just below the microwave oven is a drawer, and that's where we store the induction cooktop. And it's sturdy enough you could actually cook right there if you want to, but we don't. We move it over and put it on the counter on the other side over here in one of two configurations. If we're just going to be using one burner or element, we have it in this direction, which gives us lots of counter space there. Or if we're going to be using both burners, we'll turn it 90 degrees. So here's it with it 90 degrees. And it sits far enough out that, any steam or anything that rises off of the cooktop is not going underneath my cabinets. And of course it'll go right up to my vent, draws it right there. So that's how we use this cooktop. One of the things I must say about this inductive cooktop is I love it. It cooks so quick. It adjusts so quickly. It's not like turning down a flame or a resistive heating where you turn off and it takes a while to cool off and everything. This thing's like instant. It will boil water faster than propane. Its temperatures are just spot on. I mean, you can do by temperature, you can do by an increment, 1 through 10. It just is such a handy. You can timer feature, keep warm, boil. It's just got lots of features, but it's just convenient, quick. And this stovetop, once you remove you can read up on induction cooktops. I'm not going to go into how they work and everything, but this is not being heated up; it's heating the pan, and so they're very quick, and they once you remove that pan, it's just the residual heat from the bottom of the pan that this is hot, so they cool off very quickly. I'm going to get one for at home. They're easy to clean. They're just beautiful to work with. And in a situation like this where we're running off our own onboard power, it's very efficient. It's a 1800 watt max, and it heats so well and everything. I mean, I can't imagine using all 1800 watts. So we definitely haven't. And we've used both burners simultaneously multiple times. Like I said, we've done meal prep in this trailer many times, and using this cooktop and the microwave oven simultaneously, no issues. It's just great. When we've done meal prepping, we have a table, like a banquet table kind of thing. It's a small 4-foot one with adjustable legs, so it can go down to the same height as the benches, or it can go up to the same height as the countertop, or it can go to regular, tabletop height, which is what we have it at, most of the time. But we have, for food prep, had it at counter table height, but most of the time my wife likes it just at the table height. Then we can put it, lengthwise this way, or we can go, perpendicular. It gives us a lot of versatility. And so we've had plenty of counter space, and been happy with that. But this is where the induction cooktop, this is its home when not being used. Below that is the electrical cabinet. It's where our 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter is. That's where one of the battery packs is located. You can see the display, so forth. There's one of the the circuit breaker panels in there, the fuse panels in there. One of the solar charge controllers is in there. The batteries are underneath. And it's done in such a way, the longer cable's there for a reason. I explained that in a previous build video. The Renogy 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter with the 75 amp charger. This was on our fifth wheel. Moved it from the fifth wheel when we sold the fifth wheel, and it's now in this trailer. It works well. It makes some noise when the fan's on. It's not bad, especially because it's in this cabinet. So by having the drawer where the induction cooktop is, having that open, that allows heat to go. And then I'll crack one of the drawers here, just have it open just a little ways. And that allows, good heat circulation in the electrical cabinet. There don't seem to be any problems. So, yeah, that's another item that I'm very happy with. Moving down on the side of the electrical cabinet is the solar charge controller for the array that's on the bed of the truck. 1600 watts, and it's a 100 amp MPPT controller. The other one inside the cabinet is a 60 amp MPPT controller. You can see an outlet right there, so we have power outlets. There we've got power outlets underneath the bench. Got one next to the freezer over there. Got one on this side, being covered by the seat cushion. So we have outlet there, duplex, and then we've got 4 USB ports right there. Then we've got electrical outlets underneath, so both benches, underneath the cabinet in the bathroom, and on the side of the cabinet in the bathroom. So power, is available everywhere. Moving on to the bench here. Well, next to the bench here, I got a first aid kit. Underneath the bench, we've got storage, and we have the smallest of the 3 battery packs. They're all pretty much the same, right around 5 kilowatt hours. I think one's 5.3, one's 5.4, and I forget what the smallest one is. But anyway, it's located underneath that bench. And then moving around, these windows that we put in, were such that they fit in between the metal framework of the trailer and fit underneath the bed when the bed is up and above the bed when the bed is down, kind of thing. So that's what we went with. Now, for window coverings, we have these Velcro covers, and the original plan was for that Velcro that you can see around the perimeter was white, and I bought white Velcro brand Velcro strips, and this stuff didn't stay on the wall for sour grapes. This is the black stuff that came with the covers, and it's been working fine. But aesthetically, I'm not happy with it. So I don't know what we'll end up doing. This, like I said, this was kind of the test season to see exactly. You spend enough time in the trailer. We spent close to half the summer in the trailer to see what you like and don't like. And so let me show you the cover here real quick. They just fold up like this when we're not using them. And trying to do this one-handed. So they're black on one side, silver on the other. And what we do is we put it with the silver side out, and when we travel, we cover the windows, and that keeps the sun from coming in and heating up the inside of the trailer. And then also the vents are left open while we travel, so any hot air is able to escape out through the vents. So that works really well. And then at night, we cover the windows, and they block out all the light, and they Velcro so nicely, even though there's some gaps in each of the corners, that they and those things are slightly insulated and everything. We have almost no condensation. I've had some little tiny, just a little tiny spot of condensation once in a while, and not even on all four windows at any one time ever. And I think that the times that we did have condensation is because we didn't do a good enough job of pressing down the Velcro. Otherwise, yeah, this thing just seals up so nice. We don't use propane heat. We have a heat pump, which I'll show you in a bit. And so the only moisture and everything in here is the temperature difference between the inside and the outside, and the moisture from our breath. So two people sleeping in this trailer isn't enough to cause condensation on the windows even. And so been kind of surprised and impressed by that, and so happy on that regard. But like I said, want to do something with the aesthetics of the window coverings, and just haven't decided what we want to do.